everyone. Hey guys, it's me, Elsa y
Maggie Guzman,
mejor conocidas como Las
Mil Amores.
Alright, so what are we going to talk about today?
So basically the topic of today, the title que va a estar ahí down there in the bottom, is going to be Las Reynas del CLub.
The reason why vamos a platicar de este subject is because Las Reynas del CLub, which is us, really helped me write all my music for Las Mil Amores. Well, not all of it, pero unas canciones.
So the three songs that we're going to kind of be giving you guys more info on va a ser Damas de Pura Calidad, Noche de Party, and Al Estilo Barbie Mexicana.
Yes. So, back in the days when we used to like club it hardcore, que los encantaban los clubs, because my sister here introduced me to the scene.
So I got introduced to Spanish nightclubs. We started going out to El Potrero nightclub first. It's in the city of Cudahy. Immediately we started liking el ambiente. We started liking the fact that like it was more of like a calm environment, and guys take you out to dance. There was no drama for us at the nightclubs
because pues previously we were all into like the party scene cuando estábamos más
which
chicas.
Is like the alley party cruise, and it's like flyer parties, and we kind of experienced a lot of negativity in like those parties, like a lot of like people that wanted to like hurt us physically, like people started taking things out of hand, like my crew against your crew, let's get into a fight.
Yes.
It was like more like okay, we're not a street gang, we're just a party crew, calm down. So for us, the Spanish nightclubs were more calm, although there was a lot of like girls that we would see there, but everyone was kind of like more into like their own thing.
In that time when I stopped partying in the alley party crew scene, la razón por la cual yo paré de ir es lo mismo, ¿verdad? Los atacaban, los hacían cosas malas otras personas y decidimos irnos a otro ambiente.
And our attitude also changed,
yes.
Because when we were part of the alley party crews, you know, we're not trying to play the part like if it was just us. We were also kind of like with that little catty fighty attitude. And when we went into like the paisa scene, I kind of noticed we really matured a lot more.
Y en ese tiempo, I was going through a really bad abusive relationship que yo de plano tenía que like set myself free. So cuando mi sister me llevó al potrero for the first time, yo me acuerdo que yo me senté. My hair was like this. Because como yo was out of the scene because I had this really abusive boyfriend que no me dejaba hacer nada. Well, basically, I was like, I felt like a vegetable in the meat section.
Like covered, isolated. Like you always go for the meat and like the vegetables kind of like on the side. So she wasn't really like,
you know how, like, yeah, I remember que yo llegué and like everyone was dancing. Everyone like se la sacaban a bailar. And I remember que yo me sentaba like this. And I would wear like these really long dresses que me quedaban like up to like here.
Because you were accustomed to wearing that wardrobe.
Y yo, mi hair tenía un lado para arriba y uno para abajo, remember? I was like not dated at all. I looked like super outdated. Yo me senté así, like my sister went to go dance because she había salido like 3 times before me, so ya más o menos había agarrado la onda un poco.
Yeah,
and like the friend que...
Una girl that introduced me to the Spanish nightclub was a girl that lived through where I lived, and she was kind of like, and which like we'll talk about, there'll be our next blog, The Pursuit of Happiness. She kind of started noticing that I was kind of like, not the same Maggie, like, not really going out, not being social. She was kind of like, hey, this isn't the girl that I once knew. I gotta take you out to another ambiente. I know a lot of people hate you in the area, but I'm gonna introduce you to paisa clubs. So this girl introduced me to the Spanish nightclubs, and I was like, I am not gonna go to paisa clubs. I am not a paisa. I thought like, que según yo, I was all Americanized, like only. I was like, oh my goodness, like, The first moment I went out, I remember I loved it immediately. Deep down inside, I was like, oh my goodness, I love this.
So yo me acuerdo que ella me llevó. The first person, yo me acuerdo que la primera persona que estaba tocando that night was Ramon Ayala. I got there.
A lot of people.
Everybody was dancing and this was me. And some guy came and dijo, ¿quieres bailar? Y le dije yo, es que yo no sé bailar eso. Y me dijo, pero ¿por qué no? I mean, yo sé que a lo mejor vienes a cuidarlas a ellas. And I was like, ¿cómo vengo a cuidarlas a ellas? Sí, pues te miras como que eres la tía de ellas. And I was like...
But this guy was like, he looked old. I don't know. He was like just trying to be mean because he didn't want to dance with him.
No. He did tell me like, what, like there's nothing wrong. Like I really thought que yo era la tía de las girls, okay? Because of the way that I was dressed, the way que me miraba, I was like super outdated. Estaba yo como en un shell because of that abusive relationship that I had.
Because she was like, once like, everyone knew her like, as like, we were from party crew. She would throw a lot of parties, like Blondie. And she would go out with like bra tops, booty shorts, the party crew in the back. And like, you know, she had her boyfriend like bien cortito. And like the relationship after that one, it just turned on her. And we were all like, what happened?
My sister's the type of person that bounces back. So she went into the paisa scene. She took it to another level, and she was like, I'm gonna make this worth it.
So like my understanding of like the preppy normal girl, because I would get told by a lot of people I would date, like, can you be normal? So I thought that like being normal meant like toning down the makeup, wearing Levi's, wearing covered blouses, like no cleavage. So I was not myself. You know, when you're not yourself, you're kind of not. So I remember that I would not dress like myself. And we started, at that time we were working at a pharmacy called Lorena Pharmacy in Boyle Heights.
It was just like to get us by. Because we started going to other nightclubs like El Rodeo, and like it was like $25, $30 to get in. Because we would get out of the pharmacy kind of late. So I would see like more balling people.
And I remember I would see like these girls wearing like these dresses that you don't buy like at Montebello Town Center or like down La Pacific, like they would say, or like down Whittier Boulevard. I don't know where these girls would buy these dresses. You were kind of able to tell that they were more expensive.
We kept going out to clubs like El Parral. We tried everything, all the clubs, and it was the same thing. We would get there. A veces estábamos en una mesa, and like VIP people would come and they would move us out of the table, and they would tell us, pónganse allá, and they would take our drinks over there.
So we had a conversation one night, and we're like, we have to get back at being number one, because there's nothing better than being number one. We were once number one at the party scene thing, so we gotta get back at being number one. Okay, so from there on, we stopped hanging out with the girl, the one that lived by my house. We met new people. That's where I met my ex-boyfriend, the one that you guys seen in the post. We started going out with him, me, my sister, him.
Él me decía, get yourself updated. ¿Por qué te pones cabeza de culebras? Because I used to do like real skinny curls. And I remember that I used to go to the bathroom and cry. He didn't mean it in a bad way.
He was just like trying to get her engaged. Like, come on, girl. Like, let's party. Every weekend he would bring her like a new guy. And she was like...
So I would sit there. We would sit like in this section in the middle where there was like a bunch of like people. And I would sit there. Los compraba like un 6 de cerveza. And like I would just sit there. And I started
he would sit like this with both of us.
And I started seeing like this crowd of girls and this crowd of guys que like they would escort them in. The girls were all gorgeous. Their hair was like all flawless. Their makeup,
we were kind of like not
wardrobe.
So updated with the makeup. We would wear like Levi's jeans, like
I would wear
blouses.
like long dresses.
Cause yeah, we kind of did.
I always had like a weight issue, and I was like, it's cause I'm fat. It's cause I don't know, I'm not just not being pretty. And like her boyfriend would tell me, es que te miras como la tía. Pues it would make me feel worse. And I remember I would go to the bathroom and cry. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna be pretty again. So we got introduced to a nightclub called El Farallón. And we started seeing a lot of girls with, it was back when it was in Linwood. Girls that were like, would get there like with a crowd of guys. The guys would be driving like Escalades, Lincoln Navigators, you know, like the Troca era. In that
SUV
time,
era.
we had a Civic. My dad got us like a silver Civic that like, it wasn't electric. We had to like go like this to the window. And like, pues we would get there, pues nadie nos pelaba because pues, you know, yo como la tía. Y pues ella en Levi's. So we said to ourselves, what do we do so we could be like Las Reynas Del CLub? We started going into it, you guys. We researched it. we started saying, you know what?
I'm gonna be like that girl. I'm gonna look like that girl.
Our makeover has to be complete. We gotta like make over that car that we have, the Civic. Guess what? We started working.
My dad, and we started working even more. By the time we got introduced to Spanish nightclubs when I was 16. So we had been going for like 2 years. When I graduated from high school, we had started working at a shoe store at the Citadel. It's in the City of Commerce, right?
Yes, and we started working for some real estate agent for open houses, okay? Just for the club.
Just so we could look like if we had money at the nightclubs. I dyed my hair black because I felt as if like it just didn't go with me. I had my hair blonde. I had gained all this weight, and I started like losing all this weight, guys. I used to jog around Calvary Cemetery in East Los Angeles just to like be like back at like size like 2, 4.
I started being like la fashionista, and I started like doing like all these inventions in the house, like to get the makeup back on. I started like we started going to like Beverly Hills, Melrose,
Rodeo
Drive to like look at like stuff.
The racks, like the sales, like everything that was on sale, guys.
We couldn't buy like $1,000 dress, 10,000, but we would go to like the sales, and like all the pieces were like 50, 100.
And she would customize them. Like we would buy. I felt like Marge, like that episode where she gets that dress and she always fixes it, so it could just be that label. So we bought like we would start off with like a dress, and then like I would cut it into like a bra and a skirt for like the next weekend. And I dyed bleached all my hair real white, and my hair was super long in that time. So like I bleached it. My sister was like black hair. We were like obsessed with fitting into the Paisa Club. Okay, so shout out to our friend Noelia and everyone that would hang out with us at that time. We would get, guys, like free tacos, free drinks. It was a banda. I don't know, they're still around. I don't even know their name. Era un gordito. Remember, he would go like, da-na-na. I don't know his name. Era uno que decían que he had his face like that. He used to like send us shout outs. We started doing Las Mil Amores Party Crew. We'll also put the picture up. You guys already seen it.
And right there, you guys, we were like, every weekend we would get like $300 each, and we would spend it all on clothes.
Getting beer. We wouldn't even drink it.
Okay? We would like get to the VIP section, los mandaban botellas. We started going to El Parral. We got like an exclusive table.
El Parral is where el dueto, Las Mil Amores were born.
They started bringing us like birthday cakes for our birthdays.
Shout out to Jesse Orozco and Don Abel Orozco, the owners of El Parral de Southgate.
Oh man. They would let us in free to the clubs because they needed us, basically. Because people would just go and see like
Oscar from
La Ridiculez que hacíamos.
Imperio Sinaloense all night, like shout out to like Maggie and Elsa. Shout out. We would like sneak papers, guys, and give them to our friends to give them to the singers. They didn't even know who we were, and like they would go shout out to Elsa and Maggie, just so people could think, guys, that we were important.
So after a while, we kept doing that crazy. That crazy reality show that wasn't real, that somehow made us look good and made us feel good just for a while. And I was like,
like, is it really worth it? Like, really? Like, I'm gonna go and wait. We started going to college, guys. Our financial aid money was going on towards the nightclubs, guys. Instead of investing it like in books, we would like be in class and we wouldn't even buy the books. We would share them with other students just because our money was going to the wardrobes, guys.
So after a while, Las Mil Amores, they started like giving birth. Like it took like a couple of years, and Las Mil Amores pushed out, and I started writing music.
Well, we went to open mic night at El Parral de Southgate. That's how it started.
So in that time, that's it. Like, we wanted to get serious con Las Mil Amores. We went into a disquera. So, like, they tell you, like, don't party so much. Because, like, they give you, like, a lot of rules.
And we'll put the CD, the first CD that we recorded, it was in ECB Records. So it was our first album. We were really excited. That's when my sister started writing music.
And that's when I started writing music, and I said, what can I write? Like, ¿qué tipo de música puedo escribir? And I said, ¿qué tipo de música? Clubbing. So my first song that I ever wrote was some song called Así Me Gusta a Mí. So that one was more clubbing. Mírame a mí, clubbing. But then I had a brilliant idea, and I said, quiero escribir una canción that is for girls like us, that love to party, that love labels, que trabajan basically para el club. And I wrote Noche de Party. I don't know if you guys have heard it.
This was like a MySpace sensation, guys. We uploaded it, and immediately we started having like all these girls like, oh my god, you guys are Las Mil Amores. We recorded our dream came true. We recorded our music video in El Rodeo de Pico Rivera. We put in our MySpace, hi everyone, whoever wants to come out in our music video. We would message people. All these car clubs guys ended up showing up in the parking lot. We'll put pictures.
La canción iba, esta noche es de party y nos vamos pa'l rodeo para andar entre el desmadre y pa' andar de cotorreo.
Llegando
dentro cada... Then my sister said, since that song was a hit, think of another song that you could write igual for girls in the club. So,
well, I had told you to write like something like for us, like that described how we were growing up, like in that time, the Paisa Sing Club, and we wrote Damas de Pura Calidad, and it goes
the coro va. Somos damas de pura calidad, modelando nos gusta andar, a la moda y en buenos carros, Gucci Armani nos ven portar, sin olvidar Luis Vuitton, porque siempre hay que pantallar. Somos damas de pura calidad, modelando nos gusta andar, a la moda y en buenos carros, Gucci Armani nos ven portar, sin olvidar Luis Vuitton. Basically, that was us.
Yes, and then time after we wrote Al Estilo Barbie Mexicano.
And what inspired me was some friend that would party with us that like her boyfriend was really abusive and fatal. Like he would not let her go out.
We used to be like at El Rodeo, guys. Like El Rodeo de Pico Rivera. Like if you were cool, you would sit in that time. Now I know like when we stopped partying it was different. Like right in the tables that are like close to the dance floor, you were like it. Like if you would get like a VIP, and us, we didn't need guys. We had got to the point in where we were like, I don't need guys. So it was me and her, 5 other girls, our best friend and her abusive boyfriend. This guy llegaba al rodeo. He would like pull her, take her away. Kind of like what my sister was going through when she was a teenager. We were older, so we were kind of like, come on, like, if he met you like that, then he should love you like that.
And what inspired me was one day that she told him, you know what? I love party. I love to party. This is how you met me.
You met me here.
If you don't like it, you know what? Bye. Out. It inspired me. I got home and I started to write this song. Iba. Entre copa, copa y fiestas, se me olvidan los recuerdos que me quedan del amor al que perdí. Check it out. Check out that song Al Estilo Barbie Mexicano. I wrote it for her. She inspired me, and I said, damn, this girl, she has big old... Whoa. She just told him, nope, this is who I am. You don't like me to party? Bye. He changed his attitude.
And today they're happily married. They both actually party. I don't know. I haven't spoken to her, heard of her in a while. But the last I heard is like they were expecting baby number 2.
Yes. And basically, básicamente las canciones de Las Mil Amores son inspiradas by Las Reynas del CLub.
How basically we were in that time, growing up, not growing up, but kind of like our Paisa era, which was like our most happiest time that we had, like out in the social life. meaning like we love the fact that like we would all go as a group dancing. Everyone we would meet there was positive. We loved the music, the banda, the norteños, everything about Paisa music. We loved the scene, and that we had to work an image just to fit in, guys.
So like if you love something, maybe it'll take you to do something. Cause see us, we love to party. We love to be Las Reynas del CLub, and it helped me create Las Mil Amores and write music for women like us. Women that used to love to club it, that used to like to party, that used to fucking want to be number one.
And
everywhere.
I remember we would be in line, and I remember that guys were like, las mismas, otra vez, son bien parranderas. And no los dejábamos anymore, guys. We would like turn around and tell them, well, you guys are here too, ustedes también, los mismos. And they were like, just kind of like.
So remember, stay positive, and if you like something, stick with it.
And don't be embarrassed of who you are, what you are, your culture. Because I was embarrassed of like being a paisa, going to Spanish nightclubs. And for me, it was like the best experience ever.
So remember, I'm going to go ahead and put las canciones up right here. Check them out. Noche de Party.
Damas de pura calidad and
Al estilo Barbie Mexicana. Bye, everyone.
Bye.